Hey Bougie Clique. Are you fed up with receiving relationship advice that seems to lead you in circles, all while you remain single? In this video, we will uncover the myths and misconceptions that many self-proclaimed relationship experts promote, often to the detriment of those seeking love. From setting unrealistic standards to fostering unhealthy relationship dynamics, we will explore the common traps that can prolong your single status. By understanding these pitfalls, you can learn to recognize red flags, liberate yourself from detrimental mindsets, and concentrate on becoming the best version of yourself. If you're prepared to escape the cycle of misleading relationship advice and take charge of your love life, be sure to subscribe, like, and click the notification bell so you won't miss any updates.
I'ma make you a fan.
Why relationship gurus are misleading you and keeping you single. The misleading nature of relationship gurus. Navigating the dating landscape can be challenging, especially when inundated with advice from so-called relationship gurus. These individuals often claim to be experts in the realm of love and relationships, yet many lack the qualifications or real-world experience to substantiate their advice. Take Kendra G, a well-known media personality and self-styled relationship expert, as an example. While she has garnered a following by discussing the trials of modern dating, her recent appearance on the Tamron Hall show revealed significant contradictions in her approach. Despite her enthusiasm for discussing relationship struggles, her guidance often relies on outdated gender norms and unrealistic expectations. The dangers of unrealistic expectations. One of the most significant issues with following advice from relationship gurus is the unrealistic expectations they foster. Kendra G, for instance, has been criticized for promoting a checklist mentality that encourages individuals to prioritize superficial traits over deeper, meaningful compatibility. Comedian Corey Holcomb has openly challenged her, arguing that her advice can isolate individuals rather than foster connection. He pointed out that her own status as a single person raises questions about her credibility as a relationship expert. When people become fixated on unattainable ideals, they can overlook genuine connections and meaningful relationships right in front of them. The business of being single. It's essential to recognize that many relationship gurus profit from your continued quest for love. Their businesses thrive on the anxiety and frustration that often accompany dating. By offering advice that is either too vague or rigid, they ensure that you remain reliant on their content. Kendra G's platform, for instance, thrives on engaging with singles who are disillusioned with dating, but while her content may entertain, it frequently lacks the practical, actionable advice necessary for fostering real, lasting relationships. A case study on Kendra G. In the age of social media, where everyone with a microphone and a ring light can claim to be an expert, relationship gurus have emerged as the self-proclaimed saviors of the single and the heartbroken. Among them, Kendra G, a former radio personality turned dating app creator and singles community leader, has carved out her niche. While her intentions may seem noble, helping singles find love and empowerment, her methods and messaging raise critical questions about the efficacy and ethics of relationship advice in the digital age. The allure of relationship gurus. Relationship gurus thrive on the promise of clarity in a world of romantic chaos. They offer bite-sized wisdom, catchy phrases, and a sense of community for those navigating the often turbulent waters of dating. For many, they provide a lifeline, a way to feel seen, heard, and understood. But here's the catch: their advice is often oversimplified, one-size-fits-all, and, in some cases, downright counterproductive. Kendra G, for instance, has built a brand around empowering singles through her dating app, Kendra G Singles, and her exclusive singles community. She positions herself as a mentor who can guide individuals through their single season with self-love, accountability, and self-improvement. While these principles are undoubtedly valuable, they often come packaged with a subtle, or not so subtle, implication: if you're still single, it's because you're not doing enough to fix yourself. The problem with the fix yourself narrative. One of the most pervasive issues with relationship gurus like Kendra G is the emphasis on self-improvement as the ultimate solution to finding love. While personal growth is essential, this narrative can quickly become toxic. It places the burden of relationship success solely on the individual, ignoring external factors like societal pressures, cultural norms, and, frankly, the randomness of human connection. Kendra G's approach, as seen in her singles community, often focuses on cultivating self-love and building confidence. While these are admirable goals, they can inadvertently perpetuate the idea that if you improve the men you want will also want you. This mindset can lead to feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt, particularly for those who don't see results. The business of being a guru. Let's not ignore the financial incentives at play. Relationship gurus are not just dispensing advice out of the goodness of their hearts, they are running businesses. Kendra G's singles community, for example, offers membership packages ranging from $49 to $199. While there's nothing inherently wrong with monetizing expertise, it does raise questions about the motivations behind the advice. Are these gurus genuinely invested in helping people, or are they more focused on keeping their audience dependent on their services? The business model of relationship gurus often relies on a cycle of dependency. By framing themselves as the gatekeepers of romantic success, they create a scenario where followers feel they need to keep coming back for more advice, more workshops, and more memberships. This cycle can be particularly insidious when it comes to vulnerable individuals who are desperate for love and validation. The danger of oversimplification. Another critical issue with relationship gurus is their tendency to oversimplify complex human experiences. Love and relationships are messy, nuanced, and deeply personal. Yet, gurus like Kendra G often reduce them to a series of steps or rules that anyone can follow. This oversimplification not only sets unrealistic expectations but also fails to account for the diversity of human experiences. For example, Kendra G's emphasis on manifestation techniques and attraction strategies can give the impression that finding love is as simple as following a formula. This approach ignores the realities of compatibility, timing, and the sheer unpredictability of human emotions. It also risks alienating those who don't fit into the narrow mold of what these gurus consider ideal singles. This is how most men think. The more attractive ones don't say it, but this is how they feel. We live in a patriarchy and there are different rules for women and different rules for men. You have to play by the rules. The way you win is to play to your strengths. Any woman can get a man, but you got to have the right bait. Lions like meat, not vegetables, and a vegetable can never be meat even in an Impossible Burger. However, you know who does like vegetables? Rabbits. Some of us are trying to attract lions when we are more suitable for rabbits. Church girls are going after rappers and drug dealers. Career women are dating scammers and felons, and everyone is miserable trying to compete with the next woman. Women are settling for less because the man who really loves them isn't going to impress their friends. Then they end up having to lie to keep an illusion together just so someone can look at you and be jealous. Newsflash, everyone can see what is going on. You have to go where you are celebrated and appreciated. So, what if your man is ugly to everybody else? Does he pay the bills? Does he treat you right? Is he trying to be your husband? Women would rather have an overly attractive broke man or a rich man who puts them on a roster than an average man. Most women don't even meet rich men, but the ones who do and successfully get his attention are often pumped and dumped because they are so excited to be in this man's presence that they just accept anything for a few dollars or clout. When they could have an average-looking man with an average job who worships the ground she walks on and pays all the bills. So many women now are so concerned with getting designer purses and clothing and being flown out that they sell their souls to get it. It's hard to hear, but the truth is a rich, attractive man will never date or marry a woman who is unattractive to him, but a broke, attractive man will. That's why I tell women to be realistic and never date a man who makes less than you. It destroys the relationship dynamic and puts you in a position to be used. It puts you in your masculine energy while inadvertently putting him in his feminine energy. A man who really liked you would not want you to view him in that way. When men are around a woman they like, they become more masculine, not less. It's their biological way of competing with other men for her affection. You might not like the messenger, but it's still the truth. Rich men, no matter what they look like, have more options than regular men. That's because we women like money, and the only thing we like better than a rich man is a fine one. Men, on the other hand, like attractive women, and they don't care much about intelligence, wealth, or status. Men only like smart, rich women they find attractive. Why men and women can't do the same things in the dating market. In the dating market, equality doesn't mean sameness. Men and women may share common goals, love, companionship, and connection, but the game is played with a different set of rules for each, shaped by biology, societal norms, and centuries of cultural conditioning. To deny these differences is to misunderstand the dynamics of modern relationships. Let's break this down with brutal honesty. The biological backdrop: nature has a say. Let's not shy away from the obvious. Men and women are biologically different, and this affects how each approaches dating. From an evolutionary perspective, women tend to be more selective in choosing a partner, given the potential consequences of reproduction. Men, on the other hand, are often biologically wired to spread their genetic material more widely. While modern contraception and changing societal norms have altered the stakes, the echoes of these primal instincts still influence behavior. For instance, women often prioritize traits like stability, ambition, and the ability to provide, which historically ensured the survival of offspring. Men, meanwhile, are frequently drawn to youth and physical attractiveness, biological markers of fertility. These innate preferences drive the dating landscape in ways that can't simply be brushed aside by cultural shifts. The societal script: double standards galore. Here's where things get tricky. Society enforces a double standard that makes certain behaviors acceptable for men but taboo for women, and vice versa. For example, men are often celebrated for dating multiple partners or exhibiting assertiveness in pursuit of love. They're labeled as confident, desirable, and alpha. Women engaging in the same behavior, however, may be met with judgment, being branded as desperate or loose. Fair? Absolutely not. Real? You bet. Similarly, women who express their standards openly, whether it's about income, ambition, or physical fitness, are often criticized for being too demanding. Men who do the same are merely seen as knowing what they want. These biases shape how men and women navigate the dating market, creating an uneven playing field that reinforces outdated norms. The power of perception: men date up, women date across. The term hypergamy refers to the tendency of women to seek partners of equal or higher social and economic status. It's not a flaw, it's a pattern rooted in historical necessity, where a partner's resources meant the difference between security and scarcity. In today's world, this dynamic still holds, though it manifests in subtler ways. On the flip side, men are often more open to dating down it actually benefits them. A man's status is rarely diminished by the perceived success or independence of his partner. However, his status is increased by a beautiful, feminine, and classy partner. So, a man can date down financially and socially, but because of his wealth he can still attract a woman who is out of his league physically without ruining reputation. Even if the woman is only dating him for his money, but if a woman dates a man who only wants her for her money, she is looked down on. This creates a paradox where high-achieving women often struggle to find compatible partners because their pool of potential matches shrinks. Men, conversely, often have a broader range of options. Women want love, men want respect. Dating apps: the great equalizer? Dating apps were supposed to level the playing field, allowing everyone equal access to potential matches. But even here, the rules diverge. Women typically receive far more attention and messages than men, giving them the advantage of choice. Men, conversely, often have to work harder to stand out and secure matches, especially in an era where ghosting is common, and a single swipe can make or break a connection. Yet, this dynamic isn't all roses for women. The overwhelming attention often comes at the cost of quality interactions. Women usually sift out all average men and only go for tens while never assessing their own attractiveness. All the men who make the cut usually run through the average girls and never commit. Attractive men know, just like attractive women know, you can get more out of ugly people because they usually have low self-esteem. Because of this, women face higher rates of harassment and superficial messages, making the dating experience exhausting rather than empowering. You can't nip and tuck your way into someone's heart. Sometimes no matter how much you change yourself, you don't get the guy. This isn't some 90s teen movie. Sometimes that guy you put in friend zone and call your best friend is the best you can do, and that's okay. Only one girl got to marry the prince in fairy tales, and she was the prettiest in the land. Everyone else got an average man who could support them and sat down. If you really want to find a man, follow these simple rules. Only date a man who likes you more than you like him. Do not date a guy who looks better than you. Do not date a guy with less money than you. Do not date a guy who doesn't want to marry you. Breaking free from misleading advice. So, how can you break free from the cycle of misleading advice? First and foremost, focus on self-improvement. Striving to become the best version of yourself is far more beneficial than adhering to generic advice. This journey of personal development not only enhances your self-esteem but also prepares you for healthier relationships. Additionally, seek guidance from credible sources. This could include therapists, counselors, or trusted friends and family members who understand you and your unique situation. Their insights can be far more valuable than those of a guru who doesn't know you personally. Finally, trust your instincts. The most profound relationship advice often comes from within. You don't need a guru to tell you what feels right or wrong in a relationship. Your intuition is a powerful guide. Conclusion. Before you take advice from a relationship guru, pause and ask yourself, are they genuinely helping you find love, or are they merely keeping you engaged with their content? By learning to identify red flags and prioritizing what truly matters in relationships, you can reclaim control over your love life and move beyond the influence of these gurus. Remember, the most reliable relationship advice comes from your own experiences and intuition. No external authority can replicate that insight. Embrace your journey, trust yourself, and you may find that the path to love is clearer than ever. While relationship gurus like Kendra G may offer valuable insights and a sense of community, it's essential to approach their advice with a critical eye. Their methods often oversimplify the complexities of love, place undue pressure on individuals to fix themselves, and create a cycle of dependency that benefits their business more than their followers. The next time you find yourself scrolling through a guru's Instagram feed or signing up for a singles workshop, ask yourself, is this advice truly empowering, or is it just another way to keep you single and searching? Thank you for watching our exploration of why relationship gurus may be misleading you and keeping you single. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone who might benefit from breaking free of unhelpful advice. Remember, the journey to love starts with understanding yourself and trusting your instincts. Don't forget to subscribe for more content that empowers you on your path to meaningful relationships. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What relationship advice has worked for you, and what has not? Until next time, embrace your journey and keep believing in the love you deserve. What do you think? Should single people give relationship advice? Let me know in the comments section. Stay bougie. Follow and support me. All links in bio. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check description for more info. New episodes every day.